We have always talked about this issue over and over again in this channel, that Raila Odinga is only concerned about his own personal political interest. Let me repeat that again. Raila Odinga is a politician who is only concerned about his own personal political interest. And someone told me that it is because Raila Odinga is in political business. But Raila understands, he knows very well how to use his supporters and leaders. The only way is through demonstrations to achieve his selfish political interest. After that, Raila Odinga always betrays his supporters, his leaders, his close allies, leaving them on their own. But I'm very happy. I'm so happy because even the DAP party leader, Eugene Wamalwa, has finally confirmed this about Raila Odinga. And I will play for you that video shortly. But Eugene Wamalwa is also fed up completely with Raila Odinga. Eugene Wamalwa is not a happy man at all. Eugene Wamalwa is extremely disappointed with Raila Odinga over the National Dialogue Committee report. So what really happened? I want to explain to you the factual details about all these issues. But before that, just a quick reminder, if you are here for the first time, you are listening and you haven't subscribed, I'm just requesting you to please just take a second or two and subscribe to this channel. You can also give this video a like. YouTube will automatically recommend this video in particular to reach out to others so that we can grow. And to my returning subscribers, I want to appreciate you also for your continued support. You can also activate the notifications bell, activating all the notifications in this channel so that every time immediately I post a video here, YouTube will send you the notifications. Therefore, you will not miss even a single video that I post in this channel. Having said that, thank you so much for your support. Now let us proceed into the details. According to Eugene Wamalwa, Raila Amolo Odinga has betrayed his own people, his own leaders, his own supporters who conducted demonstrations across the country. And we all know what really happened during those demonstrations. Raila Odinga's supporters, majority of them, lost their lives. Some of them were arrested. Some of them were injured badly. In fact, I know of someone who up to date is still nurses a gunshot wound with a huge pending bill in hospital. Why were they fighting? What were they fighting for? They were fighting for the Finance Act to be repealed. That is number one. Most importantly, the cost of living to reduce. Don't forget about the IEBC servers to be opened because they wanted to confirm really that Raila Odinga lost the elections. Up to date, some of Raila Odinga's supporters are not even sure if Raila Odinga really lost or William Ruto stole the elections. But the reality is that William Ruto won free and fair. He defeated Raila Odinga and the former head of state, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. But majority of Raila Odinga's supporters don't want to accept this at all. That is why they were demonstrating. Also, they were demonstrating because of the reconstitution of the IEBC officers. But in the National Dialogue Committee final report, none of the above issues have been achieved. None of the above issues have been addressed. Yet Raila Odinga himself recently approved that particular report. Raila Odinga is demanding that that report must be implemented as it is, urgently, without any alterations. Let me read for you this statement before I play for you the video by Eugene Wamalwa. It says, earlier, Raila Odinga received the National Dialogue Committee report at his Capitol Hill office in Nairobi. from the Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka and the National Assembly Majority Leader Kimani Ichung'wah, accompanied by other members of the committee. Raila Odinga, who insisted the report should be implemented without alterations, described it as an important securing reforms across critical sectors, terming it the product of aspirations of Kenyans. This is what Raila Odinga said. Our position is that the report, including the various legislative proposals attendant to it, should be implemented without any alterations. Raila Odinga went ahead to urge President William Samoei Arap Ruto and the UDA MPs, the Kenya Kwanza Alliance MPs in Parliament, to pass that bill urgently as it is. You know, Raila Odinga, the fact is that he does not have numbers in Parliament. He has the minority. And the fact is that Azimio is currently dead. So Raila Odinga is depending on the ODM MPs. Don't forget, Raila Odinga expelled some of the ODM MPs. So Raila Odinga is left with a very few numbers in Parliament. That is why Raila Odinga is urging President William Ruto, the UDA MPs, that they should pass this report as it is. Raila Odinga is depending on William Ruto's MPs in Parliament. So let us wait and see how things will turn out to be. So when Raila Odinga was receiving this particular report in Capitol Hill office in Nairobi, Eugene Wamalwa, the DAP party leader, was not available there. The NARC Kenya party leader, Martha Karua, was also not there. And I've not heard from Martha Karua, but Eugene Wamalwa spoke about that issue, why he missed that event. Eugene Wamalwa declined to sign the final National Dialogue Committee report document and also wrote a letter to the bicameral house rejecting his payments. You know, in this, the participants of the National Dialogue Committee report, Eugene Wamalwa, Kalonzo Musyoka, Jeremiah Kioni, Kimani Ichung'wah, and the rest, they received huge amount of money as sitting allowance. But Eugene Wamalwa has declined that money. He rejected it. And this is what he said. Just listen, then we proceed.
I felt we did not do justice to the single most important issue. So at Bomas, this is a matter we failed to address. There was lack of goodwill and good faith. And I felt that to some level, they were only focusing on the memoranda issues. Also made it public that I would also not be accepting the sitting allowances. So today I formally put my position on record in Parliament through a written communication.
The big question here is, why do you think Raila Odinga is demanding that report to be implemented as it is? Why is Raila Odinga supporting, endorsing that particular report without considering his supporters? Yes, we have talked about Raila Odinga being concerned about his own personal political interest. But what exactly is Raila Odinga's game plan with the National Dialogue Committee report ahead of the 2027 general elections? Let me give you 3 reasons why Raila Odinga is endorsing that report. Number 1, Raila Odinga is completely cornered, politically speaking. Why am I saying this? Raila Odinga understands, he knows very well, that the chances of him losing the African Union Commission chairmanship position are very high. Not forgetting that there are some proposals recently in the AUC position that might lead Raila Odinga being disqualified from the African Union Commission if these proposals will be approved by the 52 member states. So Raila Odinga wants the National Dialogue Committee report to rescue his politics again ahead of the 2027 general elections. Raila Odinga does not want to retire from the politics. In the National Dialogue Committee report, it proposes some positions there, like the Prime Minister position and the opposition leadership. That is Raila Odinga's game plan ahead of the 2027 general elections with the NADCO report. Number 2, Raila Odinga wants to use the National Dialogue Committee report in forming a new coalition ahead of the 2027 general elections. The fact remains that Azimio La Umoja One Kenya Alliance is completely dead. With the National Dialogue Committee report, it will be easier for Raila Odinga to convince the leaders who are in Azimio, like Kalonzo Musyoka, like Martha Karua, and the rest, to form another coalition ahead of the 2027 general elections, because it proposes some position, the Prime Minister, the Deputy Prime Minister, and the opposition leadership. Also, we never know, because politics is all about interest. If Raila Odinga will work with President William Ruto, of which it will be hard for that to happen, but just in case Raila Odinga will work with William Ruto, Raila Odinga wants to occupy the opposition of the Prime Minister position using the NADCO report. Let us also wait and see if that will happen, but it will be very, very hard. And finally, the succession politics. Raila Odinga wants to use the NADCO report in his succession politics, if in case Raila Odinga will go for his retirement. The person, the leader that Raila Odinga will endorse to take over from him must take over from one of the positions that the NADCO report proposes, either the Prime Minister position, if it will be in the government, or a strong opposition leader. Because Raila Odinga wants to use that position so that the person that he will endorse will become a national leader through the position. And remember that in the NADCO report proposes a very strong opposition, meaning it will be funded by the exchequer. Therefore, there will be also the shadow cabinet. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what you think. I will also want to know your thoughts, your views, and your opinions in the comment section down below. What can you say about Eugene Wamalwa dumping Raila Odinga? What can you say about Martha Karua's options after the National Dialogue Committee report? And what can you say about Raila Odinga supporting that particular report, betraying his supporters? Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Let me see you again in my next video analysis. My name is Jason. Bye-bye.